We are live here in Washington, D.C., and my next guest is Brent Buchanan. He's worked on Donald Trump's campaigns, and he is a renowned pollster. Good to see you. It's tough being a pollster in these modern elections, I've got to say.
The bad ones, at least.
Yeah, exactly, the bad ones, Brent. What about Donald Trump at the moment? I mean, we are well into his term now. It feels like so much has happened. He really wants to focus on domestic policy. I get that feeling, but he does get dragged into foreign wars, and this tariff fight has certainly been something that's been dominating for the last couple of months. But would he be happy with where he is at the moment from your perspective and a polling perspective?
Well, Donald Trump does incredibly well when things are happening, and when things are happening almost daily. And if you look back at 2017, at this exact point in his first administration, his image was twice as worse if you look at the net difference between favorability and unfavorability compared to right now. And so when people are talking about Donald Trump's image has changed a little bit negatively, it's nothing compared to what it was in 2017 at this point. He is significantly more popular now than he's ever been at a point in his administration.
Why do you think that is? Because, I mean, Trump 2.0, I don't think he's all that different from 1.0, but you're right, he's continuing to flood the zone. Yep. We've seen that this week, but he has had a pretty good week as well, getting this big, beautiful bill. Looks like it will pass by the end of the week. He's got into the Middle East conflict, and it looks like...
And got out.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It looks like a one and done for now, and he's negotiating these trade deals, but he's only done it with the UK. He's kind of got a deal without any details with China. He's thrown the toys out of the cot when it comes to Canada, and everyone else now is apparently just waiting for a letter.
Yeah. Well, all I would say is think about TikTok. When did the U.S. Congress pass the TikTok ban, and how many times has that been strung out? But each point along the way, Donald Trump is taking reasons to negotiate further, but also giving people a little bit of rope to get the deal done. And I think that's what's going to happen this go around too, is that he'll pick one or two people to be the example, and then everybody else will more quickly come to the negotiating table, and that's where Donald Trump likes everyone to be.
Australia, I would say, feels like we're out in the cold a little bit at the moment. We're certainly not front of mind when it comes to the Trump administration. How would you view it? How do you think we should view it? We haven't got to the negotiating table when it comes to tariffs. The UK has. We weren't given warning about the bombing raid in Iran, and Australia has been side by side with the US for the last 100 years in every battle that they've fought. There's a review of AUKUS. How should we take that? Well, and there's no face-to-face meeting with Anthony Albanese. And one that we had was cancelled.
Donald Trump needs to find an Australian that he likes, or Australia needs to find an Australian that Donald Trump likes, and let that person take point, because so much with Donald Trump is personal relationships.
So do you think this is personal? He simply doesn't know Anthony Albanese, or he doesn't like him?
I think he doesn't like the current ambassador, and that's one of the biggest issues.
Really? Wow. So that ambassadorial role really matters when it comes to getting through those concrete walls
with certain people, with certain countries and certain people. But Donald Trump's a deal maker, and so you bring a deal, he's going to talk through it.
Rudd is seen as an expert on China. That is not front of mind for Trump at the moment. Do you think that might change when that situation changes or returns his attention there?
Well, it's a great opportunity to build relationships with our Congress, because that is the one issue that is bipartisan still in this Congress, which is anti-China. Yeah,
absolutely. I want to ask you about the Middle East now and the one and done. I think it's so fascinating to see the split on the MAGA base. They're happy for now that ceasefire is holding, but there is a real split there when it comes to the attitudes of what's going on in the Middle East, not just Iran, but in Gaza. Explain that to me, and explain how that split among these influential commentators would be affecting Trump's thinking.
Well, the MAGA base is very supportive of what Donald Trump does, and so that's the reason the numbers are where they are. However, they're way more interested in America first. And you got to remember the whole mantra of the MAGA base and Donald Trump is America first. And so when they see things improving in the U.S., that's when they're going to be more willing to do things internationally. And when they don't see things improving as much in the U.S., that's where you're going to see them pull back even more from being supportive of the U.S.'s role abroad.
Well, it's so great to talk to you. Great to see you here in Washington and D.C. I tell you what, we've had heat wave, we've had rain, we've had lightning storms up here, and I think we're just about to get a flavour of something else.
Welcome to summer.
For your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great to see you.